Hello and welcome to another video, and in this one we're going to talk about the public test skill tree number 2. Now, main thing we're going to talk about is the refund ledger and its associated things, but if you want full details of the PTS patch notes, go look on the forums. That is where to find them. But let us pop into here, into the mech lab, into the skills for this particular mech, and look at the ledger, because this is the main thing I want to talk about. Really the main thing that's changed. All of the mechanics of, which nodes are there and their values may have changed slightly, but it's less concern than this. I think this is the biggest change they did in this update. So they have a total breakdown here of everything you can expect to get back from your account. Under the old system, you invested C bills, XP, possibly MC, into various things, and they're saying, okay, under the new system, let's all wipe that and reset it, and we'll just go from there. Some of these are absolutely amazing. Great choices for them to do, and some of them is going to have a major reduction in account value, in my mind, for my account. Now, let's go through these positives first. First up is the consumable breakdowns, and they have it for both C-bills and MC. Now, I never really purchased MC consumables before. These are all things that I would get from events. So they would be like, you do your event, and then as part of the rewards, you get a little bit of C-bills, and you get a consumable package, so that you would get, 3 cool shots with MC version. Okay, I never really used them, so they stockpiled, and I had 16 for the cool shots, 12 for the artillery strikes, 36 for the air strikes, and 49 UAVs. But because of that, they're going to refund them for MC, and that MC is going to go into my account. So now it's like, instead of them giving out these consumables in the past, all those events that we played are now having that tiny bit of MC value that is going to get all into our accounts in this one update, which is amazing. So I'm getting an extra just shy of 1700 MC, which is going to go a long way in painting my mechs or maybe buying a hero or something along those lines. So that's great. Also, they're doing that for all of the consumables. They're just refunding it for their C-bill cost. Now, they were going to have these consumables in the future, like with this new system, so they could have just converted them to the new ones, but they decided, hey, we're just going to strip everything because you're going to need to put your points in to get more consumable slots anyway, so things won't fit. Let's just refund it all and you can buy them again later. Okay, that works for me. But moving on from consumables, we're going to go into mech mastery and pilot nodes here. Now, pilot nodes were things like unlocking the modules to buy. So, seismic sensor took a certain amount of experience to unlock, and there it is. That's how much experience I'm getting back. So if we look back here, we see CERM 6 range, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the different XP that's according with it. Now, if we go down to the bottom of that, here we go. We can see I'm going to get 583,000 GXP back, which add to my, I think I had 800k on my live account right now. I'm going to have well over 1 million GXP, and that is great. So I'm going to have tons of GXP to be able to use to do certain things and unlock and whatever I want. Also, now to talk about mech mastery breakdown. Now, this is probably the best thing they have done in relation to this skill tree. The mech mastery refund system they have come up with. It's perfect in my opinion. What they've done is that if you have 13 out of 13, so that's 8 basics, 4 elites, and the master, you get enough historic skill points in order to fully unlock your mech, 91 points, in the new system. Now, what you can do is you can get more points than that if you want to invest in that mech, so you can swap things around. Like if you see here in the background, this mech currently has 92 unlocked because I also unlocked this velocity here. but you can only put on 91 at a time. So at bare minimum, you can fully spec your mech out once. You can't change it from there, but you can fully spec it out once with this mech mastery breakdown. If it comes back up here, yeah, there we go. So you can see for the majority of my stuff, I have 13 out of 13, or say 8 out of 13. These are ones I've just basicked in order to get my other variants of that chassis up to mastery. But a lot of my mechs, a lot of the ones I actively play, or basically all the ones I actively play, are going to have enough points to fully utilize the new system. Also, they've done, so say Raven 3Ls here, I own 2 of them, and they're 13 out of 13. They're 91 points each, so it's 182. So I'll actually be able to, not just like, oh, your mechs that you have multiples, you're going to have to share. No, you can get enough to do both of them. So that is so good. This is honestly the best. Also, because that previous system was just XP, and the new system is both XP and C-bills, and they're giving you these points, it's like they're giving you an insane quantity of C-bills. Now, for however many mechs you have and however many points you get, you just take the amount of points you got from this new system here, and you times it by 45,000 C-bills per point. I am getting an insane quantity of C-bill value from doing this. From them doing this. This is great. This is great for old players. This is great for new players. This is the best thing they have done in relation to the skill tree. I just applaud. But now let's talk about how this is getting a little annoying for someone who is a veteran player, has been playing for a very long time, and has invested a large quantity of C-bills into modules. They're changing how they're refunding modules. So now, instead of the previous thing, which they stated at MetCon and in the February 8th skill tree patch, that they were going to refund all modules as C-bills. Both the modules you own currently and all the modules you've ever purchased in the past are all coming back as C-bills. They're changing that. Now, at least at the time of this refund ledger being created, it was modules are being refunded for C-bills if they were purchased after the first skill tree post on February 8th. Now that has since changed. They've changed that to December 3rd of last year, when Russ was on stage at MetCon and said that there would be a C-bill refund. So everything that you've purchased from December 3rd of 2016 to when this goes live is going to be refunded as C-bills. Everything you purchased before that is going to be refunded as global skill points, and these are basically like normal skill points that you can use on your mechs, but instead they are going to be global, just like general XP, global XP, whatever they want to call it. So if we look at my account here, I had 40 seismic sensors in my account at 6 million each. That's 240 million of value, and as such, I'm going to get 5,333.3 skill points out of it. Now, if we go through this entire thing, and I have an insane quantity of modules in my account, and we look at the total, it's 26,800 skill points. Now, how they're getting that is they're taking the amount of money that you invested into that particular module, and they're dividing it by 45,000, which is the cost for C-bills into a skill point. Now, this is great for some people. This is just absolutely wonderful because it's free experience. The exact same way that the Mech Mastery Breakdown is free C-bills for some people, and for, like, because of the old system only used XP, but these skill points are XP and C-bills. For some, this is free XP that they're giving you. They're saying, here's these skill points in lieu of C-bills, and these skill points are also experience. So there you go. You're getting free C-bills in one location, you're getting free experience in another location. Enjoy. However, there's a lot of skill points here that I don't need. Now, this is going to be a complaint from a person who is the mech 1%. I have an insane quantity of money in this game. I have pretty much every hero mech that is available. I can just grind things. I've got like a literal years of premium time cooking away. So I know that I'm just complaining from a privileged location, but I want to talk about how this affects me. Now, 26,000 skill points, 26,800. That is enough to get 91 points and some literally back of the envelope. Literally an envelope I have in front of me. 26,800 skill points is enough to get 91 points on 294 mechs. Now, I only own like 140-ish. I would have to more than double the amount of mechs I have in order to use those points. And it's just, these skill points are going to be a currency that I can't use because majority of my mechs, as we see here in the mastery breakdown, if I own it, I typically have 13 out of 13. Now, like, okay, I own 2, I have 13 out of 13. See, there's a bunch of mechs that I've sold because I'm a rarity. I sell my mechs. Well, oh, Flame, 13 out of 13. Fang, 13 out of 13. Ilya, 13 out of 13. I don't need additional skill points for those. Maybe a little bit if I want to experiment, but typically, I'm not going to need much additional skill points. I will have those skill points in the sense that I was expecting C-bills returned. So with C-bills returned and XP, the GXP returned, and also me spending money on MC to spend that MC on GXP conversion, then I was prepared. I was going to say, like, I'm going to have over 1 million GXP. I'm going to have all these C-bills coming back. I projected 1.2 billion. And I'm going to have enough currency to purchase any skill points I want. Because I'm a rarity. I'm not a cheapskate, and I want to say that just a little weirdly here. I sell mechs. I master out basically every single one of my mechs. And then when my mech is mastered and in a loadout that I like, I buy modules for it and fill it out completely. You can see I had 53 radar deprivations. I had 40 seismic sensors. It's not like I had 3 of them and I was a mech swap, like a module swapper. The main thing for me is that I'm going to be losing this value into a currency that I can't use because I'm already going to have 91 points per mech that I actually run. So that's my main problem with this. Now, they did change the date to December 3rd instead of February 8th. So this 21 million that I'm getting back in C-bills is more likely to be closer to 350 to 400 million because that is when I changed my spending habits. I saw it on stage at MechCon and went, damn, all right, I can just buy modules for free now. Like, just buy them all. I'm going to get it back. So at least that's happening. It's a consolation prize, but still, I'm going to have 18,000 spare skill points that I don't need. And that's 200 mechs of skill points that again, that's more than double of what I have already. To put it into simple terms, it's like you having a product and the person saying, we're going to refund you. And you take it back for a refund expecting cash, because you're going to take that cash and you're going to do something else with it. But instead, they say, we're not giving out cash, we're giving store credit. you're going to get a little bit higher store credit than you would get cash, but I didn't want credit. Sure, I'm getting a good value out of it, thank you, that's great, but it's not what you promised. That's my issue, is that I see these modules and hearing Russ on MechCon stage say there's going to be a C-bill refund, and hearing it in the February 8th post for the skill tree, Alex Gardner's words saying there will be a C-bill refund for all modules, then having them changed into a form that I can't use and I'm not interested in is going to be like I'm going to lose, I don't know, what, 700 million in terms of just account value that I can't use anymore? And I intentionally bought MC and converted XP to GXP so that I could have XP available for the new system, but then because they're just giving me a whole bunch of XP for free by this conversion, that 20,000 MC I spent is now not really useful anymore. So I'm out like a 20,000 MC, and a whole bunch of value that I thought I was getting back is now in a currency I can't use. So that sucks. But again, I have to state, I will be fine after this. I'm going to have all my mechs mastered out the first day. I'm going to have a ton of money in the bank anyway. I'm going to have a ton of XP. I'm still going to be fine. But it's just the principle of it. They said one thing, and I made purchasing decisions based on that. And then to change out the currency at the last moment is really unfortunate. At the very least, have an option of people who still want a C-bill refund instead of a global skill point refund. I would take it. Just allow you to go onto your account on the forums or whatever and click a box saying, I would rather C-bills, and I would do it instantly. Now, that's the main concern I have with the skill tree in this update, is this refund ledger. Some of it is absolutely amazing, like the Mech Mastery, the best thing they've ever done in terms of the skill tree. And some of it is pretty bad, the module refund as skill points. For me, the worst thing they've done with this skill tree. But that's going to be it. It's kind of a rant. Thanks for watching, and good hunting.